up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Keaton and today's video is going to be a how I edit my Instagram photos. I filmed a few of these on my channel before, but recently I've just been getting so many questions and I realized that I hadn't done an updated one in quite a while. So I was like, you know what? Sorry, I'm taking my shoes off as I'm talking. Anyway, so I decided that I would just sit down and show you guys how I edit them, and I wanted to film this video with no makeup, nothing. I just got my hair done though, so I'm looking like really pale because I just got it done and it's like super white next to my skin, but I have no spray tan, I've got no makeup on, nothing, and I wanted to film this video just clean faced and just talking to you guys because I know that I am going to be talking about like using Facetune and stuff and filters and whatever, and I know Instagram is like a touchy subject because everyone wants to present their life on Instagram better than their life in real life. So I was like, you know what, let me just film this video, no makeup, no filter, nothing, and let's just talk and I'll show you guys how I do what I do. Nothing crazy, but I'm gonna set a little off-center so we can have a little cute screen recording here. But basically, I'm gonna show you guys the apps that I use, and I'm gonna just go in and edit an old photo. Okay, so I Instagrammed this photo right here, and this is it with no filter on it. There's nothing on it. I'm pretty sure this is just the original, unless this is the Lightroom version. Oh, okay, so this is the original photo. And so what I do is I just go through any of the pictures that I like, all of these, and then I will favorite the ones that I want to post. So this one has a nice little heart on it. And the next thing that I do is I go to Lightroom. So Lightroom is like an Adobe editing app. And so I just go here and I click on the very bottom where it has the picture and I do from camera roll. And then I will go to the album that I favorited the photo in. So right here, I've got my favorites, and let's see which one. Okay, let's skip that one and let's do one that I haven't Instagrammed, and let's just see how it is. I want to edit it. Okay, so this one right here is one I took when I was in Texas, and I haven't edited this one yet. So this is just the raw photo, and what I'm gonna do is all I do in Lightroom, because I'm really not good with it, is I click auto at the very bottom, and then you can see it'll just change what it was. And so the only thing it really did was make the background a little bit darker, so it really didn't do much. But then I will go into color, and if I'm looking a little bit pale or if I'm looking a little bit too orange, what I like to do is I click the orange circle where it says color mix, and I will take the saturation down a bit so you guys can see it like automatically made me a little less orange and pale. And it will do this with any orange in the photo. So in the background of the pillow, you guys can see that the orange pillow, oh my gosh, I'm gray. But in the background, if I bring it down or if I bring it up, you guys can see I'm getting orange, but also the orange pillow in the background is also. So I'm just gonna keep it right there, and I'm actually gonna take luminance and I'm gonna bring it down. So you can see that luminance made me darker. Okay, sorry, I got a phone call. Anyway, if I bring it up, you guys can see that I get paler, but if I bring it down, it helps darken my skin tone a bit. So if I wanna look a little bit more tan, I can. So I'm gonna keep this at about -15 and then click done. Also, if you want to, you can go to details and you can sharpen the photo a lot so it can just make it more clear, have more like clarity or whatever. I don't normally do that. Really, the only thing I ever do is I use the auto effect, and then I go in and I change the colors. You can also go into light though, and I'll use this if I'm having like a really bad day where the lighting is really bad and there's like an awkward shade on me. So I can either turn the shadows up and that'll cancel some of them out, or I can bring them down. I can have it more contrast, but I'm gonna keep it at what it was. So then I click the little check mark and it says one photo was successfully added to my photos. Okay, so it's this one right here, and I can just save it to my camera roll, maximum available, and now it's saved. The next thing that I do is I go to Facetune. So here we have Facetune, and this is a photo I was editing before. If you guys want to see the before and after, I never uploaded this because I never liked it, but this is the before and the after, before, after, before, after. There's literally barely any difference. As you guys can see, I really don't use Facetune to like drastically change anything on my body or whatever. The only thing I do is smooth my face out and smooth my pimples out. And so I'll show you guys that right now. Okay, I'll use maximum file, great. So here is the original photo without any Facetune. So the first thing that I do is zoom in to my face, and I've got a little bit of blemishes on my forehead. Not really much. Most of my acne that I have is normally along my jawline and stuff. So because I'm straight on, you can't really tell, but either way, I will take smooth and I will just go like that. I don't really get rid of the pimples fully. I could take the time to like patch over each pimple, but I never really do that because it's literally not that deep. I just like my face to look a little more smooth than it does. And then I will also smooth my chest out and my arms because I do get spray tans, and so I don't want them to look really splotchy. My legs look fine, the other stuff looks fine, so I'm just gonna click the check on that. So I'm done smoothing. The next thing that I really like to do, if you guys have freckles, you guys should do this. I do have freckles, but normally when I wear makeup, I'll show you guys so you guys can believe me. I have freckles all along my cheeks and my nose. But normally when I wear makeup, you can't really tell that much, and I love to have my freckles. So I take the detail tool and I will zoom in to my nose and I will color my nose and my cheeks. This picture isn't a good example because you guys literally can't even tell that I have freckles. But if I do a before and after, I just like having a more detailed nose just because I don't like the nose to be smooth. And I like to have the freckles. And then I normally will go over my eyes, depending on the photo. I also go over my lips. I detail my lips because it makes them look glossier. Like just if I don't have gloss on in a picture, I'll just normally detail them, and so it gives it a little bit of gloss. You guys can see the before and then the after. It makes it look shinier. What else do I want to detail? I'll detail my bag. Detail a little bit of the dress, and that's basically it for this photo. So this is the before, after. Actually, wait, that's only detailed. Okay, yeah, this is the before. This is the before. This is the after. Before, after. Before, after. Great. Okay. So now that we've got that, there's nothing really crazy that I do on Facetune. That's literally all I do. And then I go to an app that is called Color Tone. So this is the presets that I have been using for probably a year and a half now. I've always used these presets. Every Instagram picture on my Instagram, you guys can see, it's literally all edited with these presets. So I think it's like a blogger that created this app, or it's certain bloggers that have certain presets on here, kind of like the Tezza app, but this one you can use free ones. Like there's free ones, and then there are some you can buy. I, for like a year, had the free version. For some reason, they started charging people for certain presets, and the ones that I had always been using got a charge added to them, so then I just bought them. But originally, they were all free. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is select the photo that I just edited in Facetune, and I'll show you guys the few filters that I use so you guys can get the same look if that's what you guys want. There's a ton on here that you guys can use, so it's just whatever you prefer. Okay, so this is the photo. My go-to filter that I always go to is Maldives. So you guys can see this picture made me super dark, and it also gave me a really pink look. So this picture is great when it's an outside picture and the lighting is different, but obviously I can turn the intensity down on the photo. So, you know, I can make it like super light, just a little bit light, whatever, and then I can sharpen it. I can also make the picture less pink, so I will go to the temperature, and then I'll take tint, and then, you know, you can turn it down, make it whatever you want, but like, I don't personally like a lot of the pink look, so I take it down. And I can also add a little bit more exposure just because, I don't know, I just feel like the picture was looking a little dark. But personally, I don't like the Maldives filter on this photo specifically. I I don't know, it just doesn't look that great, but I use it for probably like 85%, I would say, photos on my Instagram are this filter. The other percent of that is this filter, which is Seychelles, okay? So you guys can see, I'll show you, this is no effect, and this is with Seychelles. I don't even know if that's how you say it. I just made that up, by the way. But this is it at 50% intensity. So if I wanted the full filter, that's what the full filter looks like. And then this is it with just a little bit more. So this is the second filter that I would normally use, but I would probably bring it down to about 40. And I also like to have a little bit more contrast on my photos. So I would go to that and I would just turn the contrast up a tiny bit. And there's also in this app, they just added the same thing that's on Lightroom into color tone, but it's not as good. So if I go to the orange, I can always turn the saturation down just a little bit because I feel like I look a little too orange with that. So that's basically the only thing that I do. There's so many other filters on here. These are all just random ones that I have that I bought, and then you can scroll and use other ones. And then there's certain ones that are locked, as you guys can see. So those are all the ones that you can buy. You can test them and see how they look on a photo before you buy them. But there's so many on this app. And it's not like a monthly subscription. You can buy just one filter if you want, or you can buy like a pack of filters for a certain amount, but it's not like a subscription thing, which I really like. So that is the only thing and the only way that I edit my photos. I sometimes use Bora K or whatever, but not much. So I'm gonna keep it with Seychelles, or however you say that. And I'm gonna save that at the top right. And once it says that it's saved, I will exit it out. And then at the bottom, I just click export. So once I export the photo, I will go into this app. It's called Unum, or at least that's how I say it. But basically, it's a way that you can plan your grid. If I really had like a theme that I was actually going with, I would use this more, but I really don't. So what I like to use it for is just photos that I haven't uploaded, but I know I need to upload because I'll forget to upload, or I'll forget that I took certain Instagram pictures, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have nothing to post. And then I go in here and I'm like, oh wait, you never uploaded this. And so then I'll go and upload it that day. So then I'll just go in here, I click import, and I will just import the most exported photo, the most recent one. And so now it's there, and I can also see how it looks, how it's gonna crop in the grid. There's so many things you can do with the Unum app. You can even schedule your posts to go up. So if you guys work for like a social media brand or anything like that, you guys are like working and you guys need to schedule posts, you guys can go on here and you can set the time you want it to go up with the caption you want and tags and all that kind of stuff. So you can do that on this app too, but I personally just use it so I can remember which ones I'm going to upload. I could also do that with like the drafts on Instagram if I wanted to. I could go in here and make it a draft, which is just by clicking next, next, and then say I write like a caption, I'll just put ... When you go back to exit out of the photo, you can click save draft, and then they'll always pop up when you keep doing them. So then you can go to manage, and then if I were to have a bunch, they would all be there. So it's essentially the same thing, but I like using Unum because I can see multiple drafts and how they're gonna look in my feed. So that is the way that I edit my Instagram photos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that it's gonna be helpful to some of you guys. Some of you guys probably know all of this, but I've gotten so many questions on what presets do you use, how do you edit, what do you do? And really the only thing that I do is I go in Lightroom, I auto adjust it, I go in color tone, I slap a preset on there, turn it down a little bit, and that's literally it. I don't take a lot of time editing photos. It's just like, I don't know, I don't get joy out of like editing my photos. I think that putting presets on them make them look prettier, but it's not something I'm super obsessed with doing. So that's really all that I do. But I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.